My wife said, I don't have to cook, clean, or even sleep with you. So I showed her what life looks like when she was no longer my priority. Valerie and I had been married for 6 years. First few years were solid. We were that couple everyone envied. She'd pack my lunch, leave notes in my truck saying, love you, drive safe. We'd hike Camelback Mountain on Saturdays, grab breakfast burritos after. It felt effortless, like we'd figured out the whole love thing. Then, around year 5, everything shifted. She started carrying her phone everywhere, added a password she'd never used before, took calls outside the room. When I'd mention future plans, anniversary trips, saving for a car, she'd just say, yeah, we'll see, and change subjects. Her best friend Nicole entered the picture hard. Suddenly it was girls' nights every week, inside jokes I wasn't part of. Nicole was this 32-year-old life coach who'd never been married but somehow thought she was qualified to give relationship advice. She'd been convincing Valerie that asking her husband to meet her halfway was basically oppression. One Wednesday I came home to find Valerie on the couch with Nicole. The kitchen was wrecked, dishes piled for days, trash overflowing. Groceries I'd bought 4 days ago, all gone. Did you eat already? I asked. We ordered sushi, Valerie said. There might be leftovers. There weren't. When I mentioned it would have been nice to save me food, Nicole jumped in. She's not your personal chef. She doesn't have to feed you. I waited for Valerie to say something. She didn't. That night I tried to address it. Your friend was disrespectful in our home, and you didn't even check if I'd eaten. Valerie sat up, annoyed. You're a grown man. You can feed yourself. That's not the point. You expect too much. You want me to cook for you, clean for you, check in on you like you're a child. Then she said it. I don't have to cook, clean, or even sleep with you. That's not what marriage is about. That's not my job. Your needs are your problem. I stared at her, waiting for her to take it back. She didn't. Just looked at me with defiance, like she'd finally said what she'd been thinking for months. So you don't think you owe me anything? Not if it compromises my own happiness. I nodded. 7 years of me doing 80% of cooking. All house repairs, dog care, groceries, bills. She'd contributed what exactly? That night I made a decision. If she didn't have to act like a partner, I didn't either. Next morning, I didn't start the coffee. Didn't let the dog out. Didn't check if she needed anything. Just left at 6:30 a.m. She texted asking if I'd let Bailey out. I responded that I was at work and she was home. That afternoon, I bought 1 week's groceries for one person. When I got home, I cooked. Enough for exactly one. You're really not making me any? She asked. You said cooking isn't your job. Guess it's not mine either. She ordered delivery. I washed my single plate, single fork, single pan. Left everything else exactly where it was. Over 2 weeks, the house fell apart. Bathroom sink stopped draining. Kitchen cabinet came off. Before, I would have fixed everything. Now I fixed only the guest bathroom I'd started using. The sink is barely draining, she mentioned. That sucks. Are you going to fix it? Why would I? She called a handyman. $200 for stuff I could have fixed in 20 minutes. Wednesday, I opened a new checking account, transferred half our savings, set my paycheck to deposit separately, removed my name from her credit cards. She found out Friday when her card declined. 6 missed calls, 12 texts about financial abuse. I separated our finances. Your income goes to your account, mine to mine. Rent's $2,400. Your half is $1,200. Are you insane? Nope. Roommates split bills. By week 3, she was panicking. Every crisis she'd never handled before. Vet appointments she didn't know how to schedule. Plumbers she had to call for things I used to fix. Week 4, I met with a divorce attorney. Clean split. Filed the papers. Tuesday evening, I handed Valerie the envelope. She opened it, and the color drained from her face. You're filing for divorce? Filed. Past tense. The tears started. We can fix this. I'll change. You had 7 years of chances. That night she texted, sorry, please give her another chance. She'll do anything. I stared at it before typing. You had 7 years. You used them all up. 3 months later, the divorce was finalized. She didn't contest it.